Holy moly, guacamole, pozole. Well, if it isn't my best friends of the Gnasher Tips series. Great seeing you again, pals and gals. It's me, Ninja Tips, here for some more Gnasher Tips chatter, making this a 13 extension to the Almighty Collection. Yep, that's the heads up right here on the stuff that I want to emphasize on. Now, we all know that Gnashering is a battle of the minds and fingers on who's quicker, right? Sometimes we try to reach for a cover item, but we roll instead, placing us in a vulnerable state. And what helps me here is a two-step rule, where the length of spread out legs from front to back, as if doing lunges, counts as one full step. Anything longer than two steps means rolling forward. For me, it's like having a 9-foot hook shot from Link. Or even a spider web, and that length can be increased on the social playlists, which helps to attain that vulnerable position behind one's opponent a lot easier. The important thing is to have momentum first before the forward lunge. Since we've equated a roll to 3-step length, it becomes useful for scenarios where the 3 steps is what we need. To make a strategic roll with the body of the character will end up being behind cover item and away from the enemy's line of fire, while placing our line of fire within a flick of that right thumbstick away from our opponent. Just like holding a shield and swinging a sword like a 9-foot Masamune, which is where I normally favor interacting with anything on the map, in where 6 feet distance of our opponent equates to chunk range, or one-shot distance with the Gnasher. I mentioned that specific sword analogy as well because, like a sword, we need momentum to be able to swing out to in, for lack of better words. And I'm recommending this because I'm also recommending you brothers and sisters to become primary blind fire shooters, so you dudes can attain the faster footwork opportunity. Because let's face it, even performing a pop shot places one at a vulnerable state, because it's lowering the amount of rounds in their magazine, which has been shortened for Gears 5, where a reload quickly becomes necessary in a combination of techniques such as a wall rush, side bounces, bot walk dodges. They get their chance to advance and shine each time a pop shot or hard aim is performed, where we'll be able to dodge and read our enemy's line of fire movements. Because let's face it, they're trying to find the same moment to close in on us, assuming they are blind fire primaries as well. It's reading the telegraphed movements of our opponents and looking for the blind spots, and either moving to the left, like the farthest left, or the farthest right of our target's sight picture to help avoid their line of fire easier, which we can visualize as a wedge in order to place ourselves at the least amount of damage potential that a Gnasher shot round can do. And most of the rounds are located in the center line of the human-like shape of the shot pattern. It just takes that single step to the left, right, up, or down to be able to build that momentum that is necessary, again, to be able to reach that wall, build that momentum that is near us in any of those directions. Hopefully within that 2-step distance, right, bros? And seemingly swinging rounds from outside of our death bubble inward into where the shot will actually hit. Using that sphere exterior line of that bubble, the exterior line as a real guide to land our intended shots. Something that I call half aim, which helps me in figuring out when I can safely press the RT because of the time it takes to shoot out, which is like about 1/3 of a second. When I can make that flick happen simultaneously, and figure out how much distance, pressure, and sensitivity I gotta lay on the right thumbstick for the shot to land where I believe my enemy is going to end up, which can be never farther than the diameter of our death bubble. Even if they side dash or give their side to us, they can only avoid partial damage. The dodge shot, however, is the best maneuver, the fastest, in other words. But you would have to face your enemy and do a direct 0-degree angle dodge. Perfect timing, of course. I like to have the enemy somewhere visible on the screen, and if they're not, they're going to be pro players by staying invisible to my eye. I become unable to not only read their movements and positions, which would only make predicting their line of fire opportunities a whole lot harder. It's all about seeing their cover item opportunities, paying close attention to their own 2-step distance conveniences, and using that relative distance between them and the exterior of our death bubbles, and trying to attain that 2-step distance from any path that we plan to take on any map, of course, as a protocol arrangement to rush to it just in case of incoming fire. because let's face it, Lancer Fire is just so imminent. It's like musical chairs. Stay close to the object or you'll lose, damn it. We're making split-second tactical choices in real time, and my microphone has been dying by the minute. So give me a like and maybe I'll buy a better mic. More tips to come, surely. Happy trails, and I'll see you later.
Nice job, Ninja.
Not this time. No, really, not this time. Hey.